You know, as I started making the videos bigger and bigger and hiring people, and I got warehouses and studios, like you get so anchored down, like, what, you're just gonna relocate all your employees to LA and buy a studio space there that costs 10 times more? Why? You know what I mean? Like, what are the negatives of being in a small town? I would argue with the internet and things like Zoom, where you can talk to everyone and we're so interconnected, like there really is no need to pay 12% more tax because of, what is it, state tax in California, and then on top of that pay like 3 to 5 times more for rent and all this other stuff. It's almost silly to be there for people in our position.
So not only are we here in your, brand new studio, but we're here in your hometown. Yeah. And I think that's been one of the most interesting things to experience, is spending a day with you here, even spending time with your mom. Even some of the places.
Out of context. That's a fun sentence.
But even spending time here in your hometown, like we've met people who grew up with you. Yeah. Which is really interesting. Like everyone asks us, like, hey, I think people know that we're from out of town. So they're like, hey, what are you guys doing here? Yeah. And we're like, oh, we're filming, some content. They're like, oh, with Mr. Beast? And we're like, yeah. They're like, oh, I played baseball with him. Really? And it's really interesting to meet people and recognize, like, you are still in your hometown. Exactly. And a lot of people who are from small towns in the US, they think like, I got to get out of this town to find success. So why did you stay in this town, and how do you think you found success staying here?
After we put out our breakdown video about our time with Mr. Beast, a lot of people in the comments were asking for the full interview.
This is the longest episode on our channel, but for us, experiencing 72 hours with Jimmy was so educational, and we pulled so much value from just being with him. I feel like spending the time to watch this full interview can really teach you a lot about Mr. Beast and just a lot about the career of being a creator. This episode of the Colin and Samir Show is brought to you by Jelly Smack. If you want to check them out, the link is in the description, but more on them later in this episode.
After we put out our breakdown video about our time with Mr. Beast, a lot of people in the comments were asking for the full interview.
This is the longest episode on our channel, but for us, experiencing 72 hours with Jimmy was so educational, and we pulled so much value from just being with him. I feel like spending the time to watch this full interview can really teach you a lot about Mr. Beast and just a lot about the career of being a creator. This episode of the Colin and Samir Show is brought to you by Jelly Smack. If you want to check them out, the link is in the description, but more on them later in this episode.
I just bought this brand new studio and 100 acres of land around it. This is where we're filming all our videos going, not all, but all our indoor shoots going forward. I mean, ask me more questions. There's so much to talk about. It's impossible for me to list.
How much did this cost, and how long in the making has this been?
So the land around it, obviously the studio, the renovations and everything, and obviously we don't pay it all up front, but in total it'll cost over $10 million. But it's probably not a good way to start it, because like there's so much explanation. It seems excessive. Why would you just buy this? You know what I mean? Like the reason we bought this is because of, as I've spent the entire day explaining to you, we had office and a bigger office, then a studio, then a bigger studio, then a third studio, and then and now it's consolidating, and it's like, it's a weird way to start it, because now it just sounds like I'm being expensive and lavish for no reason, when there's a strategic reason why. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you started in your bedroom, right, at the cost of zero.
Exactly. But still, I'd love to work our way up, not just go, hey, look at this, because now I just seem like some dumb rich YouTuber.
मेरे दिल च प्यार तेरे नहीं मैनू दस वे चला किन्ना तेरे दिल च प्यार मेरे लिए अंबरां दे उत्ते जिन्ने तारे गिन ले इन्ना मेरे